Hey folks, today is demo day and I would like to showcase you what I've been doing for the past few days. And for the past few days I've been experimenting with a homemade way to use the Mastra chat, like using streaming, network, generate, whatever is related to the chat. And I would like to show you how it could work inside the Greenfield Assistant UI application. So what you see on my screen is just a Greenfield Assistant UI application built on top of Next.js. I've just run the CLI, to be clear. So there we are. I also have a Mastra server running on the side on port 4111. So let me show how it could work in the future. So this is my Assistant UI application. Nothing fancy, just Assistant UI application. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap this assistant thing with the Mastra React provider. That's a cool cursor. That comes from the Mastra React package that we have now. So I'm going to make it point to the base URL of my local server running. This is convenient because on the cloud we can point them to something else, for example. And then if I open the assistant file, this is where the actual thread thing is happening. So you can see that we have a thread component here. We have an Assistant UI runtime here with some specific runtime. And right now, this one is using probably use chat under the hood from AI SDK, but I will do something else here. So let me first use the hooks that I created. So there we are. I'm going to import what I need, use Mastra chat, thread message like, whatever. So use Mastra chat is a React hook that exposes the messages to show on the screen. A way to modify those messages. It has a way to stream, to start a stream, to use networks, to use isRunning, and to cancel the run. So basically everything we need inside agent thread UI thing. So now that I'm having access to this, I can basically play with those messages. So by default, those messages just look like what we got back from the server. So let me just see how we can do something pretty nice. Let's try to get a runtime for Assistant Provider now. I'm just going to do the same thing that we do on the playground. So I'm going to use this use external store, runtime, whatever it is, and it provides me with everything here. So I have isRunning is the thing that shows the square when you want to stop the stream from coming. At the very bottom of the thread you have this composer, and if you put the isRunning you will see some state changing. I can put some messages here. I can put a way to convert messages to one format to another, which is convenient. And I can also deal with the new message that the user has typed. So this is the new message. I'm just getting the text here. I'm adding the text to the thread, and I'm starting a stream request. And the next thing gives me back a bunch of chunks, right? I don't have a structure, not a structure, but a completely finished answer to show to the user, so I have to do some computation here and there. So I'm exposing this on-chain callback, and I can just say, hey, map this callback to, I don't know, Assistant UI format, and so everything here can just work inside Assistant UI. So this runtime is written twice. I'm going to remove this one, and now let's see if that works. So I'm going here. I'm going to say, hey, I have tomato, oil, water, and flour. I'm talking to the chef agent right now. So it will try to call a bunch of tools and give me back this information. So it means that we are actually using our server, we are actually calling our tool, and etc., which is pretty nice, right? So we can see that stuff is here, and etc. But now I can say, hey, can you, trigger the recipe maker tool with tomato. And this time it will try to call a tool that is indeed a workflow. So it will try to do some things. It will not look very great because it doesn't know how to display this workflow on the screen. So we have a bunch of things here, which is the accumulated state from the stream. Doesn't look great, but at least it's able to show it and to do some things here. So next, we can eventually show those workflow dynamic execution that we have in the playground directly inside an Assistant UI application. So right now, Assistant UI uses this homemade tool fallback component, and we can use eventually the same thing that comes from Playground UI, which is the one that we use. So what's happening now? The UI will slightly change. It will completely break, to be honest. But the reason is because I'm importing the whole CSS from Playground UI, which we shouldn't do. But this is for demo purpose, and we have still to iterate on this. But now, this UI will probably break for some reason. Yeah, it looks ugly now. But now what I can do is trigger the recipe maker tool with tomato, and it will just not work because I forgot something, which is, this is a demo, so forgive me about that. I need a Playground query client because this will not be needed in the future. It's just a bit messy right now, so let's try again. All right, let's go. Come on. Trigger the recipe maker work tool with tomato. And we'll now be able to execute our own workflow stuff to the screen. So obviously this is not perfect, right? Still a bunch of things to do, but that's pretty cool to see that on a Greenfield Assistant UI application. We can go that far in not so many steps. So yeah, thanks for watching this one. See ya.